The old service elevator rumbled down to the bowels of Jack Lupino's hotel.
Bowels. I'll show you some bowels. Spreads open ass. Spreads open butthole. Spreads open cute little butthole.
It was freaking crazy. The cops were doing a full-scale siege next door. More traffic than run black or something.
Oh crap, they saw me. And Indiana Jones, these guys again. They're so obedient, just standing in line for me. Beer. Ooh. You can destroy all these. I love this. No smoking, and then there's like a whole bunch of cigarettes in the ashtray. I wonder if this is actually like a poster based on a real woman.
A winter storm warning is in effect in the whole tri-state area, as both freezing rain and heavy snowfall continue. Many roadways are already closed, and people are advised to stay indoors. The severe blizzard has ravaged New York for 3 days now, with no end in sight.
We'd been snowed from the start in the Valkyr case. The forecast said there was plenty more where that had come from. But the snowbound city was on my side. Less chance of innocent bystanders getting caught in the crossfire.
So this one, it seems like it's a little bit useless, but I actually like this kind of scene. Not needed, completely optional. You're just watching, you know, you have to press it to have it happen. You know what I mean, smartasses. You're gonna be like, oh, we have to press all the buttons to have the things happen. No, you know what I mean. But because the game has to be very limited in how a level actually is designed, they can't have like this big open area, but they also wanted to have a moment where you go outside of a building to cross into another building. This shows how the buildings are kind of isolated. And this also shows how you can't quite go through places. It sounds like it's really easy to make like an open level in the old days. No, it wasn't. These are very enclosed spaces. And that's why older games, they always had stuff like alleyways. Cars are like blocking the road because they crashed. They have like police barricades. And then later on, they started to do this weird thing where like you would walk towards like the end of a road, and then your character would just like walk back towards the mission. I forgot what game that had that thing, but I remember the game did that one time. I'm like, what the hell? This doesn't really make sense. So the limitation of an area is what causes, like, this is like trying to explain why the area is limited, why there's nobody outside, why there's no innocent bystanders. And so to have the whole place snowed in and to have nobody on the street, brilliant. Why would we have innocent random people in the street? Why would we allow Max to just kill random innocent people? He doesn't have that in his mind. You know, he's not trying to kill innocent people. I don't think he's trying to. I don't think that's part of his mind. And that also shows the isolation that he feels. In this game, ever since his wife died, when his friend Baldur dies, he feels isolated. Completely. And this shows that pretty much the only thing that he sees in his world is people who are trying to kill him, or nobody at all. And he'll just see like remnants of things. So this kind of game, it does have a Silent Hill feel, which is why people who like Silent Hill, they tend to like this game as well. And I wouldn't even go as far to say that both of them have the reason of people liking it, because both of them are diesel punk. And you'll have the anti-diesel punk people saying, oh, that doesn't exist, that's not a real thing. No, I think it is. This is a big connection. This is, like, it's hard to like one and not the other, unless you're liking this one specifically for the gun fu and the other one for the survival horror aspect. If you like both stories, Silent Hill 2, or Silent Hill 1, or Silent Hill 3, and then Max Payne 1 and 2, if you like both of these stories, you know, for the whole mental aspect and the mythology stuff, yeah, I would say that they're both involved in the same kind of genre, like a super duper micro subgenre. But not to digress too much, but yeah, this is why we have this kind of scene in order to explain why there's nobody out in the street. Oh my god. That hit him directly. I don't know, you don't. They carried him away like that dad hunter guy in Jumanji, the first movie from the 90s. From the hunter guy with his little Lego Johnny Thunder hat. Oh my god, I keep getting discombobulated. It's time to smash. Smash Payne. I might do a Command & Conquer playthrough one day. It would sound fun. Isn't there anything I want to know about boxes? And now back to professional boxing.
What the hell?
Oh no you don't. God damn, blast his brains to smithereens.
Exhibit number 1, a newspaper. A dead man tied to a chair lay on the boiler room floor.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy has an unbeatable track record in superhero death matches. But a 6-pack of root beer gets me every time.
The murder weapon was a baseball bat, now lying in a pool of drying blood next to a newspaper folded open on a Captain Baseball Bat Boy comic strip.
So this one I think it's for sure completely trying to be a non sequitur. Which is actually kind of good because this shows a bit more of the world that Max is in. He sees something called Captain Baseball Bat Boy, and it's like this weird comic book strip that's like a Garfield or Archie comic thing. I never really read any newspaper. What other comic book strips are there? Dilbert? It's like Dilbert, Garfield. I've never seen any like superheroes, but Captain Baseball Bat Boy, he feels like a Captain Underpants, and it's interesting to see that there's like a dead body with a bloody baseball bat on the ground, and then next to it is like a comic book. So there's a character, I think his name is like Jimmy the Bat or something, and he's always beating people up with a baseball bat, and apparently he's a big fan of Captain Baseball Bat Boy, and this kind of shows that not only Max thinks that he's some kind of weird superhero, or he's like inspired by these kinds of things. It feels like Max is like inspired by pulp noir movies. But there's also villains who are inspired by just random comic book strips. So, quite literally, this is a cartoony villain, and he's choosing to be a cartoony villain because he's inspired by this comic book strip. Sounds a bit weird, but we'll see that later on when Max gets captured at one point. For me, I kind of find this scene a bit funny, but I never really understood this part until I realized, oh wait a minute, he's talking about having to go to the bathroom. I never understood it. But the gulp part, you know, like his eyes all like scared and everything, I feel like there's something kind of related to like the part where the guy gets beat up by the baseball bat, the dead body that we see on the ground. I think there's some kind of relation there, but I can't quite pinpoint it. Too deep for me, it's too big brain. If only you can collect rats and eat them, just like in real life. Oh, I came from here.
Take vampire movies. Why are they always set in LA or Mexico? They can't even get a tan. If I was a bloodsucker, I'd move to the North Pole. Winter's one long night. Yeah, and what would you eat? Suck blood from penguins? Nah, Eskimos, man, Eskimos.
Penguin. Damn. Looks like we're in some kind of restaurant. So, when they're talking about Eskimos and penguins and, you know, the whole thing, you know, fun fact, they were talking about Quentin Tarantino movies. Vampires in Los Angeles. That's just because movies were constantly being made in Los Angeles because it's so much cheaper to film in Los Angeles instead of going to somewhere else because there's all these, like, weird laws. And then, in Mexico, that's pretty much From Dusk Till Dawn, which is probably a movie that inspired this game.
Chill with the guns. Trust me, you don't want to piss Muerte off. Gentlemen, let's do business.
Green for green.
Cheers at green-eyed angels. Amen.
What?
I killed all of them. I've actually never done that before so easily.
A lifetime ago, this would have gone down as a narcotics arrest.
Hello? I hate baloney. Looks like this was the deal that they were talking about. Make sure it doesn't go badly. Little did he know, it went very bad.
The transparent cylinders glowed green, full of Valkyr.
Glow sticks.
It was dirty money. There was a key on the table.
How can I reach this key? Got way too much Beretta ammo. You know what I just realized? Alright, this is gonna sound stupid, but Valkyr is green and money is green. Coincidence? I think not. Green liquid. Green liquid is the place for me. Restaurant's closed. Still buy soda. Real men drink Casey. You think they would have a different motto, like drink a case of Casey or something? Devil's Brew. I have that every time I eat Wiener Schnitzel.
Two mad dog killers, ready to murder each other. They step into the next room, and I'm thinking, now they're gonna do it. But no. They sit down in front of a TV and solve their differences with a kung fu fighting video game. I tell you, Candy, I was so depressed, I strangled them both with the video game cables.
Oh, Rico, you're so bad.
I am, ain't I?
Here's Rico Muerte. We find him in his little bar talking to Candy Dawn. And Candy Dawn, you know, I don't want to start objectifying whores, but she's not a bad looker. But for Rico Muerte, he's pretty much telling her the story. Alright, there's these two mad dogs. You know, these mad dogs. And they're very angry at each other. And he's like, alright, they're gonna kill each other. This is gonna be good. He's getting hard from it. And Candy is either actually sexually pleased by this idea that people are gonna be dying, or she's pretending like she is. And then he goes, no. Instead they played a video game to solve their differences, so I killed them with the video game cable. And then Candy is thinking like, oh, Rico, you're so bad, you know, like, she has a great accent. I don't know who voice acted her, but it's fucking great. And I love when he's like smiling, he's like, I am, ain't I? So he's like really proud that he's a bad guy, and she's really proud that he's a bad guy. And she's like, oh, you're such a bad guy. You know, killing people for no reason. Killing them when they're supposed to be killing each other. And that's supposed to be getting her really hard about it. That's why I think that she's Hell. I firmly believe that she's supposed to be Hell, the daughter of Loki. And I think it was a frost giant that he had a daughter with. But when a woman like this is being sexually attracted to death, it's like, you know, might as well be Hell. You might as well be the goddess of death. But this is kind of what I'm thinking right here. When Ragnarok begins, first we met Skull and Hati, who were the two wolves who caught the sun and the moon. Now we're meeting Hell. And then later on we're going to meet Fenrir, the wolf, and then also the serpent. Still not sure who the serpent is. I'm still thinking about that one. Because I realize that there is a serpent in this game, I just don't know exactly who it is. I have my suspicions, but I don't want to say anything exactly until we get to that part. But right here, we're meeting two things. I guess you can consider her a femme fatale, but Rico Muerte is kind of like Max. Is a part of Max. The love of killing people with video games. And here, he mentions kung fu fighting video games. Well, Max Payne is fighting with gun fu, okay? And you are technically in a video game. He's in the video game. You're playing one. And Rico's like, if people did this, I will strangle them with the video game cable. And I think this is part of Max's nightmare later on. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So this inspired something in his nightmare. And I think that Max found a little bit of himself in Rico Muerte. So Rico Muerte, one of Max's many personas. That's part of his shadow. His shadow is of this world. So perhaps he would love to have his wife be like a Candy Dawn. Later on we find out that he would want to have his wife, his symbol of femininity, that's Mona Sachs, and she's a stone cold killer. And when Rico Muerte is being told he's so bad by this, seductive whore that loves death, then Rico Muerte is like, yeah, I am. And I think that's what Max kind of feels in himself. It's like, I am a bad guy, but that's also kind of a good thing. So Max Payne, he's having a big conflict here. This is him fighting himself in his own little world. This is the part of him. And we're gonna fight these two parts right now. These two parts that he ends up killing.
Rico Muerte, big-time hustler.
Who the hell?
It's that cop.
Muerte went for his gun.
Muerte by name, Muerte very well by reputation. Ruined his BJ. Let's roast this filthy harlot. Where is he? Oh no, her simps are after me. Well, that sucked. Getting tense. Oh god, they're chasing me. Those three are down. I didn't get hit at all? Where's Rico? Did I already kill him? Burn the Wicked Witch. She looks horrible. There he is. Time to get him with his pants down. He's not wearing pants. Oh Rico, you're so bad. You don't wear pants when it's cold out and you show your shrinkage. Oh my god, there's like 5 guys that came out. Including this guy. Rico Muerte.
Yeah, you're Muerte, Rico Muerte.
Beans, 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 musical fruit.
The antique switchboard was still in use.
I have way too many of these pills. Can't just sell them? Let's take a look at the switchboard.
There was an old telephone switchboard in the back room of the reception area. Kind of made phone tapping child's play. It wasn't hard to picture a fat pimp sweating with headphones on, listening to his hookers talk dirty and fake orgasms over a web of party lines. The blood veins of New York. Right now there was a different set of moans and groans going on.
So Max's phone tapping this very old telephone switchboard from the 1940s. It looks rusty even. And I love this part. This is actually a really nice part. This is a part that names the entire level. He's talking about how there were pimps sweating, listening to hookers talking dirty and fake orgasms over a huge myriad of party lines. Party lines in the old days, we don't have that anymore really, but in the old days party lines were pretty much where you'd have one phone line for an entire building, okay? This is something that people don't understand these days in the digital era. We had one phone line for an entire apartment building. You pampered little cunts. You think that you have it bad these days, or that you're, I only have one cell phone, I don't have 2 of them. These people had to share a party line back then, and this was like a luxury. So when he's looking at this very old headset, it's actually kind of modernized, because the headset that he's wearing that has like the little microphone, that's not the old style microphone. That's like an 80s style microphone, maybe even 90s. The older microphones was like a headset and has this big giant thing in the front of the mouth. It looked like those old like black phones. It was like that, but like part of it. And he's saying there's a different set of moans going on.
Boss, good evening. This is Max Payne. That game started capitalist. He killed him.
Are you freaking kidding me? He's just one lousy cop. You better be freaking kidding me. Whack him. What's the freaking problem? Hello? Answer me. Hello?
was out. A deadly virus released into the city's corrupt circulatory system. Something wicked this way comes. Max Payne at large.
And then, so, in this part, it fits with the beginning. First he says that the telephone lines are the blood veins of New York. And then now, he's saying that something wicked comes this way. Max Payne at large. So he's like, I am a virus. A deadly virus. In the city's corrupt circulatory system. The city is corrupt, according to him. Corrupted to the point where the body of the city has to be purified through a virus. And Max is the virus. And I like the way that he explains this. He's like, yeah, I'm a virus. Yeah, I'm wicked. I'm deadly to the corrupt system. But maybe I'm a necessity. It's such a short part, but the way that he explains it, it's almost like where he's saying viruses are a good thing when it kills something that's corrupt. And you do need some sort of good virus to kill things that are bad. That's kind of what a lot of cyberpunk stories did during that time. They would be like, oh, there's like a machine thing going on. We gotta kill it with a virus. So viruses are not necessarily bad, they're just bad to the thing that they're killing. And here, Max Payne is considering himself as a virus. Infectious. Constantly spreading, and he is destroying the body little by little. I guess what he's trying to say is, yes, there are communications. The communication system is a blood vein. It is the way that blood transfers from the limbs to the brain. So if his virus goes from, if the communication goes from any of the limbs, any of the body parts up to the brain, which is the main boss, then, you know, first he'll take out the organs, then he's going to take out the main boss. It's a great message, and this is showing again that the city is a body, the city is a person, and that person is his shadow. And then before this whole thing, it's like a funny moment with Vinny Gognitti. He's like, "Why are you freaking kidding me? He doesn't want a freaking lousy cop." You know, he's talking like Dr. Evil's like, "I want freaking sharks with freaking lasers on their freaking heads." He's like that kind of thing. Maybe they couldn't say fuck in this game back then. I don't know, they have a lot of dark stuff going on in this game, but freaking was like a big 90s thing. That was like a slang in the 90s that everybody was saying, like Dr. Evil. And now Max knows that Vinny knows he's there, that he's killing them off, and look at the smug grin on his face. He's like, I'm doing something good, I'm killing them off. And now Vinny Gognitti is going to be ready, and I'm ready. I'm ready that he's ready. The body is ready. Max Payne. Time to exit. Now it's one of those gated communities. Upstairs we go. There's a club in the hotel. We're still in the hotel, right? Ooh, a slot machine. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop! Boom. It looks like someone's been watching their nuts in the sink. Why is toilet paper green in this game? Valkyr stained toilet paper. Yeah, look at that, it's green. Or are they just wiping their asses with $100 bills? That's what I would do if I was a mobster. Can't go to the store. I think I'm gonna hit the slot. Yeah, I'm gonna do some slots too. Look, they have some kind of illegal gambling center here. Whiskey. Roller coaster! Oops. That's not the way I want to go. I want to explore. Nothing here then. Okay, let's go. Oh, what's this? What is a bunch of porno mags? Hello, Miss July. Kids these days don't appreciate the idea of a porno mag. Shoot my way down like an underworld. Hide behind the pillar. There's that tower. Take that, Alex Jones. I swear it looks like Alex Jones. Throw your Valkyrie in the water, turn the frickin' frogs Norse. That's a lot of ammo from that one. Now I had to use pills. God damn. For like the longest time. Wait a minute. I think there's some pills over here. Pearls here. I feel so safe now with my pockets full of narcotics. For like 10 years I had to use no pills at all. Now I had to use it. But that was a pretty hard part. I just made it look easy. Oh, okay. The exits for this part. Got it. Oh. Buzz me out, Johnny.